I'd like to introduce to you Dr. Richard M. Chin, master of Chen style Tai Chi, as well as White Eyebrow Kung Fu and Jiao Ga Kung Fu, and the author of many books on medicine and martial arts, including his newest bestseller, The Power of Qigong. He's also the professor of neuroscience and Chinese medicine at Long Island University in New York. Our topic today will be Dr. Chin presenting Tai Chi and Neuroscience. Dr. Chin, why is Tai Chi so important in neuroscience?
Okay, well, neuroscience, the new research in neuroscience supports that exercise, mind-body exercises, is the key to longevity and the key to keeping the mind sharp and keeping diseases like Alzheimer's at bay. So what do I mean by mind-body exercises? Okay, so the new research shows that the mind, like it's a muscle, and it will regenerate cells and so forth, but it has to be exercised. Okay, so this is where we get the mind-body type of exercise. Okay, so it has to be challenged. Challenging the mind makes the synapses fire. It's like conditioning the body of the muscle. Let's say we use muscles to build muscle in the body. We have to use muscles in the brain. Okay, so in the past, people did things like they play chess or good mathematicians, so they do brain exercises. Okay, but they're very sedentary. They're not using the body. So as I said, it's a mind-body connection, which now the scientists see that is the key. Now, ancient China, we've always known this. Mind-body we have never separated mind-body, and most of the exercises, most of the arts, like Tai Chi, the martial arts in general, like Kung Fu, are always mind-body, which makes it different from the typical American exercises, just punching and kicking, boxing, wrestling, which is more just body. You're in shape, okay, but it really doesn't tax the mind. Okay. True. So then you get into mind games. People are very good. You do computer stuff, like yourself, expert in computers. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now intellectually you're pushing that envelope. You're playing chess. It's fine, but you're not doing anything with the body. Right. Okay. So the research shows that to really increase the neuroscience aspect and to keep ourselves young, and vital is the mind-body. So what exercises deal with mind-body? Tai Chi is one of the best. Okay, now people have seen Tai Chi will know that, and you can look at the other videos I've done to see the Tai Chi movements on YouTube to give an example of what I mean by movement. So it's the movement, along with thinking about movements, that's what we call mind-body exercise. So that's why it's one of the most perfect exercises that you can do. And it can be done. Now Tai Chi, I picked Tai Chi specifically because you can do Tai Chi at any age, any condition, and get some benefit. Where some of the other martial arts, let's say, the popular thing now, mixed martial arts and wrestling, things like that, well, you got to be in fairly good shape. You got to be younger to do it. So it's not for every level, and that's more for the professional martial artists. But those of us average, normal people, we want to do something that will benefit us. And Tai Chi is one of those exercises, you've done it yourself, Tai Chi, sure, that you can do it at any level, and it'll get you going. And the most important thing is in this type of mind-body exercise is to do something. Okay? Right. Not just sit there. Okay, right, Andy? So if you just sit there and do the computer, now I'm not a computer person, as you know. Okay, mm-hmm. Fine, but just the mind's going. You're not doing anything with the body. Right. Okay. Now if you're a track runner or whatever it is, so physically you're fit. Okay, mm-hmm. But you want the key in the neuroscience field of keeping the mind young and keeping ourselves young and sharpen up for memory and things, keeping like Alzheimer's at bay and things like that, is the mind-body continuum. Okay, so this is where it's very important to do things. Now, it's not just Tai Chi. I talk about Tai Chi because I'm a Tai Chi practitioner, okay, and my books deal with Tai Chi. But anything, you can study a new language. You can study dancing. Okay, something that will get you moving, but you have to think about. Okay, challenging ourselves. Okay, so when I say new language, for example, if you already speak, let's say French, Spanish, whatever it is, fluently, that's not taxing your brain. you would have to pick something like Japanese, Chinese, anything that'll make the brain work. Okay, that challenge the brain. Okay, so but you also have to do some exercise.
Hmm.
So again, we go back to why you do Tai Chi and things like that. Okay. Now, do you have any questions? Am I clear, or is it confusing? I don't want to get into the whole technical, scientific neurotransmitters and things like that in the brain, because we'll lose the audience.
Okay. No, so again, the neuroscience is important with the movement of Tai Chi.
Well, the neuroscience is sort of supporting what we know in the ancient days why you do Tai Chi.
Hmm.
See, because the brain works with neurotransmitters. Okay, to give you an example. So, like your dopamine and things like that, it fires and makes the brain do stuff. So, how do you do that? Well, you got to do some movement. You have to put some stress in it. So, stress does not mean heavy stress of life. Stress meaning learning something. Put stress. Okay, that pushes the brain to act. Okay, so that's why we say mind-body exercise.
Okay.
It's the reason why we still do martial arts after so many hundreds of years. Why do we do Asian martial arts specifically? Chinese, Okinawan, Japanese, whereas the rest of the martial arts, like Greek and Roman wrestling, because martial arts has existed through the centuries since we walked the earth. There's always been some form of combat and self-defense, but we actually don't practice them the way we do the Asian martial arts. It's because there's a philosophy behind the Asian martial art. There's long-term health benefits and mental benefits. Okay, now Western science has caught up with what we knew in the ancient days. That, you're supposed to do this. Okay, now science is saying, we better go do some mind-body stuff. Right? You remember in the old days when they told you do nothing. If you're sick, do nothing. Just sit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we find that wrong.
Right.
You'll wither away mentally and physically.
And physically.
Right.
Sure.
So, but you understand why it's so important to do it. Okay.
Right. So, it's one of the keys to Tai Chi and your neuroscience is as you said, it's the togetherness. It's the combination of movement along with the mental aspects.
Yes. Now, let's go back that for a second. As we age, one of the first thing that goes is balance. Okay.
True.
So you did a little Tai Chi, and what does it show? Balance. So a lot of the exercise deals with balance. Okay. That itself makes the brain learn how to balance. It's like when you're a kid, you learn how to do a bicycle, and you're learning balancing things. So as we age, we kind of lose that. Tai Chi sort of brings that back. Okay, but in a very gentle way, as you know. So when you see the exercise, why is it so gentle? Well, it's getting the mind to go. It's getting the body to go. So it's not just slow motion. A lot of things are happening.
Yeah. So it isn't just the physical repetitiveness of the body. It's that combined with
it's a combination. Yeah, it's repetitive, but the combination and the mental is important. Okay. You just can't do the repetitive. Repetitive does make it there, but you need to. The brain has to come in. Gotcha. So now you know this because you've done Tai Chi, and my students have done Tai Chi. If you don't think about what you're doing Tai Chi, you won't be able to do it.
Right.
So that's what I mean by this exercise. A lot of exercise you can do without thinking. Like if you're in a gym, you're running tracks stationary, or you're pumping iron. You don't have to really think about it. Okay, true. But now you yourself know if you're doing Tai Chi and your mind's drifting, the whole move drifts, and you have to bring it back to the form. You have to bring it back to what you're doing. That's your mind body.
Concentrate.
Right. So that's what I mean. You've done yourself. Like let's say if you're doing this arm, you actually have to think about it. If you don't, you're like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a automatic feedback. It makes you think about what you're doing.
Okay.
Right.
True.
Right. So that's why it's such a good combination. Okay, especially in this modern world of neuroscience, and people, of course, we all want to stay younger. We want to be healthier. Well, we're not going to stay younger, but we can certainly be younger and be in better shape, and and keep the Alzheimer's away. Okay, good. I mean, there's normal memory loss and things like that, but you can certainly improve your memory by exercising your brain by these mind-body things.
Good,
right? Besides all the other stuff we do, it's all together, right? So if you want more information about what we're talking about, check. I write about extensively in more detail about how the energy works, how Tai Chi works in my newest bestseller, The Power of Qigong, and you can You can get that on Amazon. Go to Amazon, look up under my name, books by Richard M. Chin. There's a list of books that I've done besides that, but the newest one is The Power of Qigong.
Very good.